But I'm convinced we are going to appeal to Kenyans, including Yvonne, to contribute to our campaign. And it is going to succeed. The Kenyans will themselves fund this election. And once we are funded and get elected,
yeah,
you can rest assured that anybody trying to twist us or do anything, will tell him, look, this is a Wanjiku funded.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a clip from the yesterday's interview of none other than the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, Chief Justice David Maraga, speaking about his presidential ambitions and how Kenyans will be the ones that will back his bid and even contribute the money for his campaigns ahead of the 2027 general election. Now, apart from that, Bona David Maraga has spoken about something today while outside Milimani Law Court, where he addressed some issues concerning the current rise in the political anarchy that we are experiencing in the Republic of Kenya. And one thing and one statement that one CJ David Maraga has given that has stuck with me is in regards is about reviving the cases of one President William Ruto in the International Criminal Court, where President William Ruto is supposed to face the prosecution in Heague, so that he will answer to the crimes against humanity that have been happening in the Republic of Kenya since last year after during the Gen Z revolution, where a lot of Kenyans have died under the regime of President William Ruto under police brutality. And I want you to listen and listen very careful to this statement given by David Maraga today, putting aside his statement in regards to how he will get the money to fund his campaigns come the year 2027. I want you to listen to this. And this is where we are all going to draw our attention to and speak about the resonating of this young man. I mean, the resonating of this man so that you will all understand the point where we are coming from. Now, listen.
To the ICC, and they are watching. Tumeona news all over the world. They are watching. When they take action, it is in accordance with the statute. I mean, the Rome Statute. And I'm sure you will not be surprised kupata wamerudi. Wakati ule ni washahidi walikosa. Those people are not fools. This time around they could do their investigations very well na warudiwe. Lakini ile ambao ninaona hata kwa news internationally, the whole world is shocked by what is happening in Kenya. We are not in a state of war to have 60 people dying in less than a month, to have reckless statements being made by none other than the president that shoot. That is not normal. That's not normal. I really like the situation.
Now that is David Maraga speaking today on matters the International Criminal Court reviving the cases against one President William Ruto, so that William Ruto will be answerable for crimes against humanity that have happened in the 254 for the last few days. Now, David Maraga is telling us that we should be ready to accept whatever consequences that the president will face after the ICC opens up cases against President William Ruto, because he tells us the ICC have been gathering evidence, they have been investigating the happenings in the country. And let me tell you, you cannot refute that President William Ruto under his regime has conducted crimes against humanity. Why am I saying that? Look at it in this perspective. Back in the year 2024, over 71 youths are said to have died between the days that demonstrations were carried out in the Republic of Kenya. These demonstrations were carried out in accordance to the Constitution of Kenya, the Constitution 2010. The people were exercising Article 37 of the Constitution, which gives us the right to picketing, which gives us the right to demonstration. That is what the people were exercising. And they were calling out the president to hear them out and not to impose heavy taxes on them. But the president and his people became hardcores. They became hot-headed, saying that they are going to do what they feel is fit for the Republic of Kenya. But the Kenyans themselves felt that that is not what was right for them. So people died, over 71 of them. And apart from that, we all know that extrajudicial killings have been happening behind the curtains, which we can all not account for. People are being abducted. The number of people that were abducted last year until now that cannot be accounted for are so many. So these are evidences that if the International Criminal Court gathers the right info and acquires the right witnesses against the government of the Republic of Kenya, they will come up with a concrete case against the state. And once they come up with a concrete case against the state, that means President William Ruto and co will be answerable for the deaths that have happened in the Republic of Kenya. Now, when somebody like CJ David Maraga tells you that, what comes into your mind? It tells you that this is a man with the knowledge of law. He is a man with the knowledge of what should be done so that justice can be served to the families that have lost their loved ones to the bullets of the police. Remember, he has even quoted that yesterday we were burying a 12-year-old kid who was shot dead at his mother's home, seated on the sitting room watching TV, because a bullet came from the air and hit the mabati of her mother's house, and then it landed straight on her head, killing her. Are we together? Now that is what David Maraga is speaking about. And now allow me to speak about the other opposition functions. The opposition that we have, the opposition of people like Akina Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Fred Matiang'i, Eugene Wamalwa. This is an opposition that we all know they have been in power, they have been chosen, they have been given designated positions in the previous government, and they have failed in one way or the other. They have been involved in these atrocities in one way or the other. We know that the atrocities that befell the Gen Z revolution back in the year 2024, Rigathi Gachagua was at the center of it all. Back in the government of former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, we all know the atrocities that befell this nation. The death of baby Pendo in Kisumu. Fred Matiang'i was the cabinet secretary of Interior. Martha Karua, though she is one reputable lady that we have seen her fight for justice, but we know back in a time when she served as the Minister of Justice, she misused her office, which means she can also do that right now. Why am I saying she misused her office? Remember Martha Karua taking her ex-husband in court due to some certain differences, and they forced him, he was forcibly arrested, and fabrication of charges was brought against the man. Apart from Martha Karua, we have somebody like Eugene Wamalwa. He was the Minister of Defense when this country was undergoing some certain things that we cannot comprehend. Apart from Bwana Eugene Wamalwa, we have other people like Kalonzo Musyoka, who back in the year 2007, he, together with Mwai Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga, were at the center of the massacre that happened in the Republic of Kenya during the 2007-2008 post-election violence. Are we together? So when you look at them, we all know deep inside us that the only credible candidate to stand against President William Ruto come the year 2027 is none other than the former Chief Justice David Maraga. We have seen David Maraga start all odds. Remember in 2017 when David Maraga refused to uphold a rigged election and called for a by-election in the year 2017. So those are the people that we need in the Republic of Kenya. People that, I mean, they stand for what is right for the people of this republic. And David Maraga has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he will stand for that. Yes, another thing with this man that makes him credible is that he is coming to you as the people of the Republic of Kenya, telling you what? You know what? I don't have much money. I don't have money in surplus because I haven't been in this office. I have not conducted corruption under my reign as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, so that I will have surplus capital for me to fund my campaign. So you Kenyans are the ones that are going to contribute towards my campaign. Are we together? Now that is a man that wants accountability, and he is ready to be, for accountability to be upheld. And let me remind you, don't take anything that comes from the mouths of these internet and government hired bloggers who are trying to destroy the reputation of this credible man by labeling him as a project of the state. Because tell me how one is a project of the state and they are advocating for the arrest and the prosecution of the President of the Republic of Kenya, calling upon the ICC to indulge its resources in Kenya right now, because the world has been watching the atrocities that have been carried in the 254. Tuko pamoja. A lot of Kenyans are speaking and they are all standing up for this man. They are saying that if there is somebody that we need for this country to change, is David Maraga. But one thing with Kenyans, once you are given the best thing for you, once you are given somebody that means the best for you, you turn to the popularist. And right now, we know David Maraga is the best fit for us. But what Kenyans are speaking about is how Matiang'i is the best fit, is how Gachagua is the best fit, is how Kalonzo is the best fit. Yet we all know the histories that follows the names of these people, these popularists. Remember, back in the year 2022, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, using all resources at his disposal, campaigned against the president that we have today. But you all labeled Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as a drunkard, as a man that wants to feed you to the dogs by supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. Now look at it. Where are we? What are we facing? What are the standards of living in this country? Now, once somebody comes with a credible reputation, achana na mambo ya who is more famous. No, leave that aside. David Maraga, during his reign, if he wanted to become popular, he would have stood against what? The Constitution. But the man defended the Constitution. The thing that we need in the Republic of Kenya in the 2027 ballot papers is a candidate that upholds the Constitution. And we know the Constitution of Kenya has been shredded by this regime. They have gone ahead to urinate this on the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. So who is best fit to restore dignity of our Constitution? David Maraga. What now? I want to really hear your take in regards to this, and more so I want to hear your take on matters the reviving of the case of the president in the International Criminal Court in Heague. Leave your comment in the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember, this is the Kenyan Daily Report. And one thing, David Maraga is not a project of the state. The man is a man that is trying to seek what is best for this country. But you know what? The state knows that. So they fund campaigns against him, labeling him as a state project. Watatuambia amepatana na Rais William Ruto usiku wa manane katika ikulu ya Nairobi. Watatuambia ameonekana akiingia katika makazi ya naibu wa rais Profesa Abraham Kedhore Kendeki usiku wa manane. Ila yote haya ni propaganda tu za kumchafulia jina former CJ Emeritus David Maraga. Tungane katika video zetu zijazo.